Hi to everyone, guys. Finally, I'm here. 11 minutes late, but sorry, I was just connecting everything and I'm here with the camera. So I'm gonna go to my own stream to check it out. If you see me and hear me well, so let me know that in the comments. This time, hi Lisa, how was the day? It's really good. It's really good. Grand rising, everyone. So we're gonna start today. We have, as usual, really interesting stream. Today we're gonna trade the most hyped strategies of 2025. Actually, if you're watching my YouTube channel, some of the videos even, you can already know this kind of the strategies that I'm gonna share. But anyway, even if you don't, I can reopen the pocket option. Here it is. So perfect. Sometimes just need to upload it again. So okay, I'm also gonna do, I think, the video in the Telegram channel because maybe no that many people saw it. So just give me a little bit of moment. So guys, I already started the live stream on the YouTube, so go check it out now. The link you can find here in the channel. Today we're going to talk about the most hyped strategies in 2025, so join it by the link. Perfect. That's it, everything. That's how I did the videos for the Telegram as well. Yeah, you have the link in the channel as well. So we're gonna start step by step. Actually, now in December, the market is not that perfect sometimes because it's the last month of the year, right? And it's always like this. If you already been trying to trade in the last December, you can understand me because it's always in the last month, the big volatility, a lot of the fluctuations and everything. So sometimes it's really hard to find consistent trend without too many fluctuations or something. But at the same time, it's still possible because we have a lot of the currency pairs. Also, if you don't just trade the currencies, you have cryptocurrencies, commodities, stocks, indices, and everything. But of course, we're mostly trading with the currencies. For example, this is pretty good currency pair. I just added to the favorites like that. And I'm gonna explain also the platform a little bit, so maybe here is somebody just for the first time and they need to know how it's all working. So first of all, here's our balance, how much we have. We also have a demo account here. You can also choose it if you just start, if you don't have a real money on the account and you want to practice, or for example, if you're starting, then I think it's pretty good to start with just demo account. So yeah. So I'm gonna check it out. Hi Lisa. Okay, good. Guys, tell me if I'm lagging or not. I can see on the video that everything is pretty good, but sometimes it's kind of lagging. So we're talking about the platform a little bit for everybody that's here for the first time. By the way, text in the comments if you're here for the first time. It's going to be really also useful for me to know. So here's our balance, right? Here's the time of the expiration that we can change however we want. 5 minutes, for example, 30 minutes, or we can do like 10 minutes or 20. Doesn't matter. We can even do seconds, for example, 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Kind of strange time of the expiration, but anyway, 2 minutes. Usually I use 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's like the scalping, short time of the expiration, because that's how you can get a really good moves. It's moments, but sometimes I'm changing it. Depends on the situation on the market. So by our money management system also, I recommend to use only 1% of your deposit per trade. So for example, in my case, it's just $14. Even if I see that the market is a bit more suspicious, I can even use like $10. So it's even less than 1% of my deposit. So that's how, in case of any situations, I always have a choice and room for a mistake. So that's how I can open the catch-up system after. We're going to talk about this as well during the live stream. So yeah, and yeah, I see that I'm lagging a little bit, I think, but for now it's still pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna check it out some currency pair, and we will start with the strategy. So one of the strategy I really like, you already know it, it's 2 moving average, RSI and MACD, but we'll leave it for later because we're using it actually a lot. So what is the other strategy? The other strategy is with the zigzag. Even though it's really kind of easy indicator, like you don't need to do too much with that, but it helps you. Like we just changed the depth from 12 to 6, so that's how we have more support and resistance levels. It's allow you to see really clearly support and resistance levels of the price, how you can define it. And of course, zigzag you can mix and combine with the different indicators. So you need to imagine is as the mountain, for example. So the start of the mountain here, and this kind of the angle, it's the support level. The end of the mountain is the resistance level. So let's check it out on the other situations. For example, here is the support level. Here is the resistance level. Here it is. Again, here is the resistance level, the support level. Again, support level, resistance level. And that's how you need to do same absolutely with the different currency pair. For example, even here, without even putting all of these lines, you can understand clearly where's the support resistance levels. Here we can see for now, for example, it had some downward move, but it achieved the previous support level. So what we do in this case, actually in this kind of the situation, I don't recommend to enter because it's not that clear and obvious. And as we can see, the range of the price is not that big. So here is the range of the price for now, the support, as you can see, and we have a lot of candles. So here's pretty good, continue moving in the upward direction. So that's what happened here. But at the same time, for example, after a really strong and long upward or downward trend, it's kind of hard to enter the market because you don't know for sure if it's going to continue or not. Because when you see that the price is moving upward for a really long time, it could mean that the buyers, for example, in this case, already lost a lot of their power. They cannot just go higher and higher. And here, unexpectedly, you can have a reversal. And here we have some signs of the reversal actually. I'm telling you not only the strategies today, so you can understand, because a lot of the people actually thinking that the indicators is the main thing, and probably some secret indicator that help them to find the best entry points, the best situation and everything. But actually it's not like this, because choosing a good chart, for example, with consistent upward or downward trend without too many fluctuations and volatility, it's already like 60 downward trend without too many fluctuations and volatility. It's already like 60% of the success actually, because if you will choose, again, let's check it out. For example, if you will choose the currency pair, you enter the market in this kind of the situation, what you're gonna have? Nothing, of course, because of some kind of the sideways movement here. For example, you opening a trade up, it's going down. Again, you opening a trade up, it's going down. So it's always fluctuating. It doesn't make any sense actually to open here. Yes, so yeah, you can enter. Definitely no. So it's actually not that important about the indicators. It's mostly important about what is the price, how it is behave, what is going on the market on this exact currency pair. Because no indicator will help you is the chart is really bad actually. So I'm gonna check it's really bad actually. So I'm gonna check it out the comments a little bit. Today is still a lot, please check it. Okay, live stream is okay. Stream is okay. Yeah, I'm trying to check it, but actually it's always like this with the YouTube sometimes. Let me check it out as well. Yeah, it's like, for now, it's actually pretty good. Okay, so the first strategy that we're gonna use, of course, we're still gonna use some indicators for that. It's zigzag. We can also use awesome oscillator. I was actually making one of the video about that. and so like this kind of the oscillators, like the also MACD and RSI and everything, they're pretty good for giving also pretty good. You can see what you see with your own eyes on the market, but actually even without these indicators it's possible to do it. So now I'm just checking for different currency pairs with a consistent upward or downward trend. Here could be pretty good to enter a trade, but I would choose here to enter for like 4 minutes. Let's do that. I think I will just open a few trades on a different currency pair, so that's how we can have so wait a second, I'm checking the live stream. So that's like 50-50 every time. And wait a second, I'm just gonna make it like this, so I think it will take less internet and everything, because actually with the YouTube it's always it's always like this. That's why I love to make before the live streams in the Telegram, but for some reason I can't do it right now because it's just too many people there, and had the situation that somebody will, so nobody will text you. Of course I'm always still saying about that, but anyway, also need to be careful and check it out who is texting you, because I'm never taking any money from my subscribers or something, so you need to be really really careful about that. Actually here's also a pretty good situation, but I think we're gonna open here for 5 minutes, because as we can see the candles here is really really small, so it could be a lot of the fluctuations, and power of the price for now of the buyers is not that strong as well, but as you can see on this currency pair and this one, it's going pretty well. So it's euro and Japanese yen. OTC is the second one is down. It's going. I'm also not recommending to follow the trades on the live stream because it's giving a really big delay actually, around like 15 or 30 seconds. So that's why it's better to make it when we do a trading sessions on the YouTube. So, and I'm gonna check it out the live stream again. Okay, I think that just 20 and 200 EMA is enough. 1 elephant bar, 2 color change from red to green, 3 always with the direction of the trend. Best regards, Daniel. Okay, thank you so much for your feedback. 20 and 200 EMA, I agree. I had this kind of the strategy before, but I think not with 200 but 100 EMA, and the other one was 20 or something. So it's more like the moving averages that's showing you. The first one is more faster, the other one is more slower. So yeah, I was doing that before. It's 20 EMA. Let me check it out and show you the strategy of what my subscriber said, Daniel. So here it is, like we need to check it out by the intersection of two moving averages. If we see that they're crossing each other, going, for example, in this case, actually downward, a little bit even straight, because here's we can see some lateral movement. The range of the price is not that strong, you know. So let me check it out on the other currency pairs. For example, here we can see that before, actually I like to use more smaller moving averages, because this one's is not showing us too many like intersections of signal. Usually I use 14 EMA and 8 EMA. They're more, but 100 or the middle can be really helpful. So just 1 second here. Here we close the trade, as you can see. I think we will open another trade for 5 minutes, even though we can see some corrective candle here, and we don't know how it's gonna go. Maybe it's a new resistance level here created and now it's gonna reverse, but we're gonna see. We have 5 minutes. That's why we're opening for a bit longer time of the expiration here. So yeah, so I like honestly more for the short-term trading when I have this kind of the periods of the EMA. So that's how they're showing me more intersections. So for example, is here. I'm going to show you here. For example, we can see two lines of moving average. They're crossing each other. It's pretty good. signal to open a sell trade. Sorry for repeating that again. And about indicator, which is the most common setup, there's no most common setup actually. It all depends on your style of trading. For example, depends how you trade. Scalping, it's a short-term trading. Middle trading is like 10, 15, 30 minutes or something. Or for example, long-term trading is like 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day, 1 week or something. Somebody even trading. Depends on your style of trading. Of course, you need to choose the indicators, because the indicators that will help for the long term will not help for the short term. For example, for the short term, I use a lot of the oscillators, for example, awesome oscillator, or for example, a MACD, or for example, RSI, that giving us a signals really fast. So here we can see, for example, that our price before was in the oversold zone actually for a pretty long time. And now it's already starts going out from the oversold zone, going in the upward. Also here for buy signal, and as here we got, as you can see, the fund, it was just the start of the same. Wait for sees the almost the same. It was the upward trend before, and now sort of also please guys refresh. You can leave the live stream and after come back, so that's how it's gonna work. Thanks Lisa for all you do. Please can anyone tell me how to open multiple tabs of different currency pairs, just like Lisa did to monitor different pairs? I don't know if you mean this thing. So as you can see, here's the currency pair, here is the chart types, candles, indicators, then drawings, then it's something else here, social trading and everything, and here is the multi-chart, and here you can see that you can change to 2 different charts at the same time, but for this I need to delete all of the indicators because it's not showing me everything how it is. So as you can see here is absolutely different currency pairs. I also have this kind of the strategy. For example, let's find it in the search, the same currency pair. Okay, here it is. So it's the same ones, but here I have a different time frame. So for example, here I have the time frame trend just in general that going, for example, for a whole day or for the few hours and everything. So it's easier to check it out, just the trend, how it's going for all of the time. And on the short time frame of the candles chart, you can check it out, the best entry points, because here we have more information and more candles. And as you can see how the charts look different with the AIM 1 time frame and M15 time frame. So all of our price, as you can see here, it's like the upward trend from 1108, and here's also from 11. So as you can see, all of these candles is just this one for M15. That's why a lot of people, when they start trading and they're joining some of my trading sessions, they're asking, oh, why we have the same currency pair but it's looking so much different. I'm like, what kind of time frame do you have? And they're saying that they have M10 time frame or something, when I have just M2, and of course I understand the reason after. I didn't see because of lagging. You need to restart the page, it should be good. So okay, I got what the Chris was asking. Maybe you were not asking about that. Yeah, but still, it's also a pretty good feature. I was using it in one of my video. How I add the currency pairs here. Yeah, I just add it to favorites. For example, this one I don't have in the favorites, as you can see. I add it here, and boom, I have it. It's reversal, unfortunately. Yeah, and not even the reversal, is some sideways market started, but actually it's moving pretty fast right now to our entry point. So we're just gonna check it out how it's gonna work. So let's see, it's 45 seconds for now. Okay. So wait a second. Here we have 27 seconds till the end of the trade. 20 EMA, like everything above EMA is a buy and what below is a sell. Well, it's not actually working every time like this, you know, when somebody is saying to you that, oh, when you see, for example, in the RSI, I'm going to show you the RSI right now. I heard from a lot of the traders on the YouTube, on the other platforms as well, how they're saying, if you see that much, because it was not that strong trends here, where we close the plus. Maybe the traders that they're saying, oh, if you see that the price is in the oversold zone by RSI, you need to buy. Like, it's definitely gonna be a reversal. And can you imagine that here the downward trend was from 1035 to 1109 for 40 minutes? And can you imagine if everybody was always joining the market, opening a buy trades against the trend? Absolutely, because there's a golden rule: trend is your friend, and you're following a trend until you don't see the sign of the reversal. If you don't see any signs, the candlestick patterns, the shadows of the candles, for example, I'm going to show you also this kind of the examples. Wait a second, we're just going to open some trades and I'm going to show you this kind of the situation. So when you see that the price in the oversold zone, it doesn't mean that it's going to reverse right away. It just means that it's oversold, but it can be oversolding for a long time and only after that reversing. So to open on the reversals, actually you need to have a pretty big experience of trading, because not so many people can understand, even me. Like, I'm not really a big fan of trading on the reversals because it's really tricky, and especially when it's you have a lot this kind of the situation that, okay, you see 3, for example, red candles in a row after a long upward trend. You're thinking, oh my god, this is definitely the reversal. But actually, it was just corrective candles, and after the upward trend starts to continue, and you're thinking, oh my god, what am I doing wrong? Even though by the candlestick patterns and everything, all was really great. But here also need to understand that you don't have any guarantee that the price will actually go in this kind of the direction. And we are analyzing candlestick patterns, levels, indicators, just to make sure for at least 70%, 60% that we will close the trade in the plus. But at the same time, we still have like 30-40% that we will not. We will not close the trade. And it's absolutely normal, because you cannot predict the future movement of the chart for 100%. You're not a psychic or something else, the person that see the future. Nobody do that. And even if you heard from somebody that they have some AI, some bots, some strategies that give you 100% profitability, if we would have it in the market, everyone already would, would fake it. I mean, would always use some kind of the AIs and everything, and will just make money from nowhere. But it's not working like this. So that's why if somebody, the beautiful stories, of course you want to believe it because it sounds really great that, oh, you can make plus 100 percent also on the market and everything, but this people is guaranteeing you a big results. You know, it's not working like this, definitely. So yeah, we were talking about the EMAs, that not only when the price is above or below EMAs, it's definitely a signal. Because, for example, let's check it out. Here we have moving average with a period of 20 and EMA, right? So here we can see that our price is still below the moving average line. And here you see that and you're thinking, okay, but this is probably just corrective candle. I'm just going to open a trade down, definitely, because the price is still below the moving average. But what's going on here? When you trade here, everything is great because the price is actually going in a downward direction. Here you start opening a trade down. When you don't close it, it's going upward. You opening here a trade up, you don't close it. Again, it's going upward. Here is the same situation. And only after it's crossing the moving average line, and here you understand, okay, it's up, for example, so again, this would be up, but it's normal if you have the corrective candle or something, because you cannot predict that. Of course, the chart and the price in general here is the upward. Have some kind of fluctuations, especially when you trade on the short term, like 2-3 minutes or something. So you can open a trade here, but it will close here. But for example, if you open a trade for like 10 or 15 minutes, you would close the trade in the plus, actually. So the time of the expiration is actually a pretty important thing that not so many people pay attention to. They think that the most important thing is your entry point or the strategy or something, but actually the time of the expiration is really important. Nobody makes that much, you know, attention to that. Everybody think that, oh, I'm just gonna use some indicator and it's gonna give me everything. I tried trading using a demo account and I was doing quick trading and ended up finishing all the demo money. To be honest, I still don't really know how to properly set up a trading session, and I'm a bit confused. I really need help to understand it better. Well, here we don't close the trade though. I'm gonna find some other one. Well, it could be a lot of the reason, but you need to ask yourself also, like, what is going on that you cannot set up a trading session, as you say. Because, for example, you already was finishing all of the demo account money. It's absolutely normal. It's fine. You can just create. I'm not sure if on the demo account you can just add some new demo account money, like not real ones, or maybe you can just create a new account without like any documents or something. So that's how you can just use the demo money. And as you said, you were using quick trading. Maybe that was the reason as well. You need to ask yourself if you actually like it or not, because I know people that trading for was 10 or 15, 30 seconds time of the expiration, and not for everybody is really great, even for me. Like, I prefer more the longer time of the trades, for example, for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, for example, sometimes. So that's how the price have a time to reverse in case of something in the direction that I need. For example, when I was recently doing the trading session, when I was trading with the 5, 10, 15 seconds time, it was really stressful for me, actually. And of course, it's not also giving me enough time to analyze the situation, and actually I'm opening it almost blindly because no analyzing will work here. There is one of the strategy for short-term trading. I was telling that in my video. You can check it out. I will explain now. It's work like you open on the reversals. For example, I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna open a trade, I think. For example, you choose, you can even use time frame of M1. I think that's what I was using in the video. So how do you work here? You're not mostly trading actually in a trend. You can do this, but mostly of the time, even in the really consistent upward or downward trend, you still have some kind of the fluctuations. So in the better case, when you trade was like really short-term trade, but actually I don't recommend that at all. It's too difficult. No analyzing here is working. It's almost blindly. So here, for example, how it could work. If you see that there is a pretty big, for example, red candle appearing really fast, like just some impulse. If you see that, you need to open a trade in the fast red candles that's really big and huge by the body. Usually there's always the reversal, usually, and you can check it out. This in my video I was showing that in a lot of the examples. But 15 seconds again is too much. It's not enough time to do anything. So they will not just help. So there's no too much logic. If you see that in the quick trading you're not having too much result, maybe you should check it out the other styles of trading, because it's not for I think like I met a lot of my subscribers that I was talking to that were saying to me that they mostly like to trade with 10-15 minutes time of the expiration when they trade by themselves. Here we're gonna open buy trade. It's pretty good, as you can see, upward trend, pretty clean one, and we can see that here is the previous resistance level, here is the support level. Here it will be the sideways movement like that, for example, right? But for now it's going pretty well, and if we're gonna have enough time, we're gonna close this trade in the plus. So okay, let's wait. Let's wait a second. I'm just gonna check also the live stream. Okay, yeah, you see that one. Okay, here we have 25 seconds, by the way. Then we're gonna close it. It's 15 seconds here, by the way, we all set in the plus. So that's why also really important to use just 1% of your deposit. So that's how, in case you're in this kind of the situation when you're not that sure and everything, you still can close the trade. Here is 1 minute and 15 seconds. We'll message you here. Okay, let's see how it's gonna go. You need to start basic support resistance, then par correct, and demo, then other will be easy. I didn't really get it. Maybe it was for the other comment that we had here for the mark, as I get it. Thank you for your advice. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because for somebody 10-15 minutes is much more easier, really. So you should check it out and try it. Maybe it's gonna be your thing, definitely, because you know that's how, like on the long-term trading, for example, for like 10 minutes or something, you can just find the currency pair using, for example, M5 or M10 time frame, and that's how it's gonna be easier for you also to understand the situation. Also works. So that's how everything else on time. Let's check it. Here's a pretty good one actually though. Let's open here for 2 minutes already. I don't really like the previous here green candle. I'm sure we still follow a trend, thinking that this is corrective candles. So we're not working that much, because to trade against the trends, this is the risk. Of course, at the same time you can make it, And it's working sometimes for the short-term trading, but it's actually a lot of the risk. It's better to follow the trend because I had so many situations like this when I just started. I was thinking, oh, it's definitely a reversal, but after it was just a continuation of the trend, and I felt so bad because I was so close to the right. So here, let's check it out, what we're gonna have. Even if we didn't, it's fine. I think now the market need to continue trading in the VIP club in just 1 hour. It's gonna be more trades there, and without any delays or something. Yeah, here as you can see, we got some reversal, even though it was not that expecting. Because also when you see this kind of the small body with the big shadows, it could mean that the buyers were trying to, and so that's why there's a small body and big upper week on the candle. So that's why I decided just to open it still in the downward direction. Maybe it's gonna downward trend continue here, see, but we just opened it too low. So okay, we can maybe open a trade here. Let's do that also for 2 minutes. Here is the supply. Even just using my RSI, I can see that it almost touched the previous overbought zone, and now start reversing in a downward direction. We can also check it out. By the way, don't change channel. It's pretty good. If you don't know how to find the support resistance levels, it could be really nice because that's how you can see just the range of the price really easily, just like that. So it's pretty good you just see these lines. For example, this is the resistance, this is, but as you can see, it's not that obvious here. For example, here is the resistance, here is the resistance, also here is the support, the middle orange, the support. Also, when you see when the price is going through this orange line, it could be a good sign that our trend, in this case the upward trend, will continue even more. But here was actually too many flux. It looks like upward trend, and as you can see, it's pretty close to our entry point. In December, sometimes it's really hard to handle. Why is one mistake you made early in your trading journey that you wish you corrected sooner? How did it change your results? MA. I think the most common mistake that I was thinking, the more I trade, the more I open a trade, the better, and the faster I'm gonna have the result. And I think everybody have it. Here we also have a corrective though. Okay, so we're gonna just continue in the trading session. So I think this is one of the main thing. Like when you just start, you see all of these results, you see how the people is doing that. On the YouTube especially, you see all of this perfect results in situation, and you think, okay, let's do this. And after you just face the reality, and you having some minuses, some losses, some corrections, and you're thinking that maybe something is wrong with you and you didn't understand a lot of the things, and you just need to learn. At the same time, it's good because you understand, okay, you don't know this, and that's how you need to be and become better. Time is really making you sad at some moments because you losing this kind of the faith, and it's really hard to find sometimes after some losings. You think, okay, it's not for you or something. Like when I started trading, I stopped for some moment because I was thinking it's just not for me. Especially I was like too much emotion because I'm also a woman, and I think with the woman it's a bit more I can feel it, in all of the situations, especially here. And when I feel distress, of course, I don't feel really great. So I think for everybody is different. But for me, mostly it was the understanding that, okay, everything is not that easy how it chose firstly.